Hey, welcome back to the channel. I'm Travis, and I've got a confession to make. I'm the cause of most of my problems. Let me explain. You see, this is the 94 Mazda Miata. I've owned it since 2011. If you haven't caught up with the videos, this is only the third one. Go back and watch the one previous to this, and I'll show you what I'm doing. I plan on going on a camping trip, a week-long camping trip by myself in this car, and I've got to do a lot of work to get it roadworthy. It does run, it does drive, but let me show you why I'm the cause of most of my problems. I needed a new carpet kit, and I ordered one from Miata, but that has nothing to do with what my problem is. The carpet kit's fine. I did not know how to get the carpet out from underneath the dash. The carpet went from the factory, ran under the dash. I started taking stuff apart, trying to loosen the dash and get it out, and I think that's where a lot of my problems came from. See, the dash is held on by a few places. There's two right down here by the doors on each side. There's two bolts right there on each side. There's a couple of bolts on the inside around the column there, around this column, and there's a couple of bolts around the center console, and I wasn't really sure what I was doing. That's how I get into most of my problems. So I pulled the carpet out, finally got the carpet out after taking these bolts apart. Things get, busy, and I haven't been back to it, and like most things, when we get old, things start to sag if they're not very well supported. My dash, I believe, sagged. Gravity works in mysterious ways, but it mostly works going down. And what happened is this bolt was out, the dash sagged, and I believe it broke all of these places. I think it was already brittle, but it broke. Now, what led me to figure this out is when I put this piece back on, it was still way up here, and I could not get it to go down where it needed to go to be flush with the dash. And then I kind of grabbed the dash over here, pulled up a little bit, and it moved like an inch. And so I started looking at what I had done in the past, and there's those two little bolts. There's one right there, there's one right there. They were not lining up at all. They were about an inch apart away from each other, and the two on the other side were also like that. Another thing I had done was took the two bolts that hold the steering column in place, and so the steering column kind of floated right here. And I didn't think that was a big deal, but the steering column actually helps hold the center part of the dash, or the driver's side of the dash up. So that was also a problem. So the dash was kind of like loosey-goosey in here. And so once I got those things pulled back together and put back in, this dropped right in place, and it's nice and flush. I tried to glue this a long time ago when the windshield was in, years ago. We still have some alignment issues. Everything kind of moves a little bit, supposed to. If it doesn't move, it'll definitely break. So I'm thinking that this is going to be a 2 or 3 step process. I think I'm going to have to glue a couple of pieces up, weigh them down so that they're together, and then once they're glued up, then I can move to the next section. In the last episode, we removed the windshield. I cleaned all of the channel up, and when I was taking the razor blade and getting all of that sealer off, it did go down to bare metal in a few places. So I taped this off. You can see, this car needs a paint job, but I taped it up and hit it with a little bit of automotive primer just to seal it up. I don't want any surface rust. This video is going to be focused on this dash. All right, so I've done a little prep work, and I am ready to try to glue this dash back together. And I got a couple of places that are going to be more difficult than others, but we're going to do this side here first. I'm going to glue this, I'm going to glue this, and I'm going to glue a few of these to try to get these together, and I might try to glue this one down here. Now, I know that these are, they're not going to stay together, so I've got a couple of weights. This is just a thing with a few, like some stainless steel fasteners in it, and then these are parts of a couple of air compressors, and I'm just gonna basically use these as weights to hold these things down. I'm using the Gorilla Glue. It is the non-foaming clear. It should work. Well, the glue didn't work. So I tried a black silicone, and that didn't work. That didn't even work a little bit. I mean, it didn't work at all. The glue really didn't work. So we're gonna have to back up and punt. I don't know how to fix this. We might have to move on to more interior stuff, and then I will have to come back to this because I've got to put some thought into this. I got to do some research. I'm really not sure how I can fix this, and I certainly can't leave it like that. So it has not beaten me, but it's definitely put up a good fight. All right, this is not the video I was expecting.
Several days later.
So I've cleaned everything up, and I've got this first piece that I'm gonna try, and what I'm gonna do is get them together and fiberglass the back side of them with just one layer, most likely of a fiberglass cloth. What I've got is the center section to the passenger side, and I'm leaving this little piece out right now. This is going to be the first trial piece here. I'm trying to figure out how to hold them together until the fiberglass cures, and what I think I'm gonna do is actually use this special super glue that's designed for plastic and just super glue it as a temporary hold, then fiberglass right there, and if that works, then I'll do the rest of it. This video is taking a much longer time. I'm a little discouraged by the process, but we'll see how it works. Part of being an adult, a man, is a person, is realizing when you screwed up, and I screwed up. Here's a little clip of me screwing up. If you didn't happen to catch that, I forgot to put hardener in the resin, and for 4 days I was wondering why the resin wasn't getting hard, and realized what I did, had to start over a week later. Then it got really cold here in the south, and we got a lot of snow, and I was not able to work on anything. So I'm running behind like 2 weeks now. I'm gonna clean these pieces up and then do it the correct way. some sort of a glue or something there. Anyway, all right. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna clean these up really good, and then I'm going to put a little bit of plastic super glue to bond the brake, and then once that is cured up, I'm going to fiberglass the back of them together, and we'll go from there. All right, got my hardener and my resin, and I've cut some very janky pieces of fiberglass cloth here with some very dull scissors. All right, so I'm going to be fiberglassing here, just on this one, and then over here I'll do the other one. Probably going to do that one first then, because this hasn't really got a whole lot going on with it. There's going to be some trimming and sanding and all that good stuff. All right. Next piece. So a little piece right here, and I'll cut little smaller pieces here. Mixed way too much of this stuff. All right, so this is the middle section. We've got the larger section, smaller section. This one right here still has a little flex to it. So when I'm fiberglassing this, I'm gonna hit this with another layer. But everything else turned out pretty good. It is set up nicely. I'm gonna let this set up tonight. Well, I'm gonna do the fiberglass on this. I've super glued this together, and just now noticed that I'm missing a little piece on that side and a little piece on this side. So I'm gonna figure out how I can fix that. Maybe a little bit of Bondo or body filler or something. I'm gonna let this sit overnight. Like I said, put another piece over this one, and we did two over the main ones here right in the middle. I kind of like doing this. I like working with it as it's definitely something new. I'm learning a little bit, like gotta add hardener to it. But it's not a neat job. But I don't know. I haven't even really gotten to the hard part yet. I don't think. Hard part's going to be like trimming it up, sanding it, not breaking it again, and then doing the top side and making sure it's good to go. So yeah. I think it was successful. This side is a whole lot better. This looks good. That looks good. A lot of cleaning up to do. And look at this. Not bad. Can be better. Not bad. Yeah, I think it worked. It is definitely strong. And I think a little cleaning up, we've got a new piece. Let me get some tools.